Okay, so, well, first of all, happy Tuesday. But more importantly, so I was about to press record on my phone, right, for this video, and I have 2% battery left. When my phone was clearly plugged in all night. Now, the good news is, right now my phone is legit currently charging, and I had to make like a balancing act right now to get the camera angle the way you see it right now. The bad news is I can't control what happens from this moment on if the phone falls over. Because if it does fall over, it's going to be like another, minute of screen time dedicated to trying to fix it. But it said the phone was charging. And actually, come to think of it, I really have no way to tell if it is charging. Oops. I heard the sound it makes when it's charging. I'll say that. But that's all I know. So yeah, I guess I could say my lowest, for whatever reason, I have like 2% battery left. I mean, yeah, I will admit I played an idle game and I left it going all night, but my phone was clearly plugged in. And I never took it out of the thing. So I don't know what the problem is. But regardless, it's working now. We're almost 2 minutes into the video and it's clearly still working. Okay, so my low is the fact that my phone battery is very low at the moment. Seriously, it's quite possible that my phone battery could die as I'm uploading the video. Which actually kind of terrifies me. I mean, yes, it's plugged in. And yes, I could always just charge the phone in my car. But there's so many things I have to do to get from here, pack everything up, and go to my car. It could theoretically run out of phone battery then. So I'm a little bit panicky at the moment. My high is, for once, I just had a night to myself. That's all because, here's the thing. My mom was coming in from Chicago. Actually, I do believe she'd be flying in from Detroit. But the point is, she was coming home last night from seeing her best friend in Chicago. But it would have been like 10 o'clock at night, so I wouldn't have been able to see her anyway. Plus, my dad had a meeting, because he works for the Parish Finance Council for the Catholic Church in Corning. So, honestly, I really didn't want to wait. So I just had a night to myself, and it was awesome. Got myself a chicken, like one of them rotisserie. Actually, you know what? That's another part of my low too, because I wanted to get a rotisserie chicken from Sam's Club, but they were out. Well, here's the thing: they weren't out. They were clearly making more, but I wasn't gonna wait another 20 minutes. I did not want to do that. Especially when, like, Sam's Club rotisserie chicken is the best. And before anyone says anything, what about Costco? We don't have a Costco. We do not have a Costco in upstate New York. There's probably one in New York City, but we are not in the city right now. So, there you go. And my act of kindness was... What was my act of kindness? Oh, right. I did a couple things for my dad at the house. I emptied the dehumidifier. Actually, that was about it. That's really all I did. Again, there really wasn't much to do in terms of acts of kindness at my folks' place, because my dad and I were gone for the entire weekend. Really, there was nothing that needed to be done or fixed or anything. Yeah. So I guess you could say Monday was mundane. I'll tell you what's not mundane though. I've been kind of putting this off for a little while, namely because, well, partly because I kept forgetting, but also like so many things were happening over the course of the last several days. Like, there was watching that 90s show, Trevor Conroy came back, there was that party I went to, we had a One Piece manga chapter yesterday, like, a lot happened. But, there was another episode of Hot Ones yesterday. Oh, not yesterday, it was actually like last Thursday, but again, no, it was Friday. It premiered on Friday. But, I wasn't able to. And here's the thing, I actually had it written down, like on paper, to take out to the lake, but I lost a sheet of paper. So last night I had to watch it again. I mean, it's not like a traditional Hot Ones episode where it's like bare minimum 15 minutes long. Actually, bare minimum Hot Ones episode is like 20-21 minutes long. Point is, this is a shorter video. But there was a reason for that. Because actually, it's a play. The fact that this video is short is a play on the career of the Hot Ones guest in question. The guest was Donald Duck. I'm not kidding. Like, there was actually a special collaboration with First We Feast and Disney in celebration of Donald Duck's 90th birthday to have 2D animators draw Donald Duck and Mickey, who was there in the background, to have this Hot Ones episode happen. And the fact this episode is short is a play on the fact that Donald Duck started in shorts. In fact, that's where that was the first question. Like, how did Donald Duck get his start? His first premiere was in The Wise Little Hen, and after he was so well liked, he got bigger roles. So he says. I mean, kudos to Sean Evans for essentially doing, talking to essentially a doll that's able to communicate back, because that's how animation works. They kind of did like Who Framed Roger Rabbit and I guess most recently Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, where the characters were 2D hand-drawn, but there was a prop dummy there for reference for Sean to talk to him. It's actually quite fascinating how that technology, even by today's standards, is still so good. I mean, again, Roger Rabbit came out in 1989, like not long before I was born. And, okay, I may or may not have told you guys this already, but when I was growing up, I was not a fan of Roger Rabbit. Just because Judge Doom scared me, particularly the ending when it's, actually, like, I'm sure anyone watching this video has seen Roger Rabbit. When it was revealed that Judge Doom was a Toon, the same Toon that killed Eddie Valiant, Bob Hoskins' character's brother, and just the fact that Christopher Lloyd's performance and the fact they were able to change it to be scary like a Toon, that's what scared me. I could imitate that sound right now, but I don't want to scare people. Point is, don't get me wrong, I love Who Framed Roger Rabbit now. I love that movie. I mean, I don't have a Mount Rushmore of, favorite movies of all time. But if I did, chances are Who Framed Roger Rabbit would probably be on there. Why not do animated? Animated movies would... You know what? I'll save all this discussion if I ever do a movies on Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Anyway, so actually, before I continue, there was only 5 hot sauces, but they were all Disney themed. Like the first question that I mentioned, where Sean asked him how how Donald Duck got his start in shorts and everything, and how he got his various parts. The name of the hot sauce was the Queen of Roasted Hearts, in reference to the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. The next sauce was Powerline Shock Sauce, which is a reference to Powerline from the Goofy movie. Speaking of which, this is actually a fact that I knew, but it's a sort of one where I forgot over time because it wasn't mentioned as much. But Donald Duck's middle name is Fauntleroy. Donald Fauntleroy Duck. And Sean asked where Fauntleroy came from. Funny enough, Walt Disney himself just said it was funny. That's it. That's the only reason why. That's his middle name. However, Donald Duck did say he will use Fauntleroy when he's doing his taxes. So, good to see that Donald Duck is a law-abiding citizen. Now, the next sauce, Maleficent's Fury. Maleficent is in reference to Sleeping Beauty, another Disney animated movie. And basically, it was just Donald Duck reacting to celebrities doing impressions of him, like Pete Bouvier and Jimmy Kimmel. Obviously, because here's the thing. Donald Duck shorts are really just, it'd be easy for me. It would be easy for me to say that Donald Duck for Disney was like Daffy Duck for Looney Tunes or Warner Brothers, but that's not a fair comparison because technically their outcomes in their shorts are usually pretty similar, but the way they get there really couldn't be any more different. Like with Daffy Duck, the comedy really is more like fast-paced, a little in your face, but not too much, and annoying for whoever's antagonizing him. With Donald Duck, part of his charm is the fact that you really can barely understand him. And it really, everything Donald Duck does and the way it's conveyed is, actually both Donald Duck and Daffy are, the way they're expressed is in terms of how good the animation is and who is animating him and writing him. But with Donald, he doesn't need to be wacky and zany. He just has to usually just be himself. Sorry, I'm not the greatest about explaining. I wouldn't say I'm an expert at explaining these things. These are just to what I see. There was a fourth sauce that they skipped over called Cherna Barbecue, which is in reference to a Chernabog, who is the creature in the song The Night on Bald Mountain that Disney did for Fantasia. Actually, interesting fact about Chernabog. Chernabog is actually his name, but many years ago, when Doug Walker, aka the Nostalgia Critic, did the top 11 Disney villains, he referred to Chernabog as the devil, which technically, yes, Chernabog is the devil. Horns, teeth, wings, demons coming out, flying around him, and the fact that the song Ave Maria is what defeats him. Yes, that is the devil, but he has a name. It's called Chernabog. However, I'm not one of those people that say, "Oh, you got it wrong." No, if you want to call Chernabog the devil, I'm not going to stop you, because a lot of people really could come to that conclusion. But for the sake of being specific and for getting things right, so I personally don't get yelled at, I will be referring to him as Chernabog. Thank you very much. Point is, the sauce was called Cherna Barbecue, but they skipped the sauce because in the interest of time, they had one more sauce called Straight Out of Hades. Hades in reference to the Disney movie Hercules, which is basically Sean trying to ask questions about Donald's personal life to see if they were true or not. But all throughout this episode, obviously these sauces get increasingly hotter, and the animators knew these sauces were going to get hotter, so Donald's reactions were funnier and funnier as the episode kept going. I'm like, man, It's been a while since I've laughed at anything Mickey, Donald, or Goofy ever did. But I gotta say, it was great to laugh again at Donald Duck. Not that I never laughed at him before, but it's been a while since, like, I mean, in an animated short, you can actually let me ask the questions before I get into that. Like, Sean asked him if he's related to Darkwing Duck, if he resents his Uncle Scrooge's wealth and power, is he cutting Huey, Dewey, and Louie out of the will? But all the while, Donald Duck is just going crazy because the heat is getting to him from the hot sauce. And it's just really, really funny. But anyways, I was saying, in an animated short, it's easy to find what's going on funny because it's animation. It's not real. You don't need to follow by, like, the rules of, again, real life. I mean, yeah, in a cartoon, you can walk over a ledge and keep going until you fall down, until you look down, and that's when you fall. If a guy sees a pretty girl, the eyes pop out, you hear, like, the foghorn sound, that's funny too. Like, they're cartoon gags, but they work. And it's easy to see it happen in, animated shorts because you believe that. And technically they did the same thing for this too. But I don't know, there's just something about the play on animation in real life, which was clearly in this Howard's episode, much like in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It just works. So, again, this whole episode was in dedication to Donald Duck's 90th birthday, which technically makes Donald Duck the oldest guest to appear on Hot Ones. I mean, the only other guest that could potentially be older if they ever did it is Mickey Mouse. Which, come to think of it, his 100th birthday shouldn't be that far away. Like, I do believe the short Steamboat Willie, which is the very first appearance of Mickey Mouse in anything, was 1928. So, if my math is correct, Mickey Mouse should be 96 years old, if he isn't already. So if we wait 4 years, it's very possible we'll see Mickey Mouse celebrate his 100th birthday. That'd be pretty cool. Although I did see this one video that I follow on YouTube. I forget, I'm blanking on his name, I'm sorry. But while this is a huge, huge, huge moment for Disney 2D animation as Mickey and Donald were featured in this Hot Ones episode, on the Hot Ones episode itself, none of the 2D animators were credited. Luckily, though, someone posted, I believe on Twitter or something, like who the animators were, who the animation director was, and stuff like that, and that was okay. So, yeah, this was nice. It was nice to see Donald Duck. It was nice to see Hot Ones again in this sort of in-between realm between seasons. It was nice to laugh at Donald Duck, and it was nice to laugh at Mickey too. Because at the end of the episode, Donald Duck's going crazy and Mickey's trying to pull him off and hold him back. I mean, listen, I'm a Disney nerd. That's what I am. I love Disney. I love Mickey, I love Donald, I love Goofy, I love all those characters. And I'm going to continue to love them for the rest of my life. The fact that, so you never really think, wow, this character is X number of years old, but it's true. And whatever the next major Disney milestone is, you better believe I'm going to be there to see it. And who knows? Maybe for another Disney character's birthday, there'll be on Hot Ones too. I hope y'all like this video. Like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm very humble to make this video for all of you guys watching. Enjoy for name. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Oh, happy Tuesday, folks. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk to channel, we're here to learn. They always be back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.
I was waiting for the 20-minute mark.